about something that I've been talking about with quite a few of my clients. So basically, there can be something that happens when somebody actually, like that you're talking to a prospect, starts telling you why they don't think that what you're selling is going to work. So I know we've talked before about how like your prospect is hoping that you have the solution to their problem. Like they're going to be so relieved if you can solve this thing for them, right? But also at the same time that they're hoping and going to be so relieved that you have the solution for the problem that they have, they're also really scared. They're scared because doing new stuff is scary. A change is scary. And they're also scared that maybe it's not true and they'll look like an idiot because they believed you and they bought it and then it wasn't solved or whatever. So they're going to come up with ways, all the ways they can to poke a hole in what you're talking about. So a lot of times they'll start asking really strange questions like down rabbit hole trails, like weird details that have nothing to do with the end result that they're going to get. And it can oftentimes convince you that maybe what you're selling does suck. Like, you're like, I don't know if that's included. That's a good point. Like, not that necessarily you might say those things, but like in your head, you're thinking, you're letting it shake your confidence somewhat. Like maybe it's not that good of a deal. Maybe it should be lower. They start haggling for like a discount or something, or, they're just trying to like poke holes in what you've got going on. And you have to maintain your confidence because the truth is that they're scared and you're doing them a disservice by letting them sell you on whatever their fear is, whatever their random strange objection is. Because they need, as long as you're selling something that actually solves a problem and is a good solution, then you need to sell them on it. Like if you buy their objections and their fears, then they're going to end up staying stuck in the exact same place they are now. And in 3 months, they're going to be in the exact same place they are now. And that sucks. Like, so I know that change is uncomfortable, but you have to help them through that because the scariest part of change is the part right before you make the change to do something new. So it's really important to talk through their strange objections or the weird details they're asking with them. So like, why are you asking that? Like, did you take another course or did you work with another person who had an issue with that? And that's why you're asking about it? Or is that something that you find is an issue specifically for you? Dig deeper into why they're asking all of these like random, hey, Wendy, all of these detailed questions that seem to be like missing the point. It's kind of like, yeah, hey, Wendy, you're DMing me and I'm live. Okay, I'll get back to you, I promise, like right after this. Yeah, they are trying to like basically divert from the main point of things. So for example, like I was talking to somebody about this. You know how I talked about how a sales conversation is just like when you convince your friend to go to the game with you tomorrow. And you are talking about how there's beer there and you're gonna buy them a beer and there's gonna be delicious hot dogs and the weather's gonna be great or whatever the thing that motivates selling them is. And the thing is, if they didn't know the rules of the game, you wouldn't sit there and tell them about all the rules of the game beforehand because they wouldn't understand what the hell you were saying and they would get confused. And it's actually like not the point. It's the point of the game is to go and have a good time. So when somebody wants to know all of these weird details about what you're selling, they're getting too in the weeds and they're actually going to, like, it's not fun. If somebody told you should go to the game with me and started talking about all the rules of the game and how it's played, you wouldn't want to go. Like, that sounds really boring if it was the first time that you'd heard about it, So you don't want to get too detailed or in the weeds. You want to keep focused on the main point, like the end result that they're going to get. And if they keep asking strange little like detour, side, pathway questions and stuff, try to clarify why they're asking that. They're obviously scared about something. So like, what are you worried about? Are you concerned that, you're not going to get this from it, or is it because you've had a problem with this before in the past? You know what I'm saying? So don't let them, hey Ryan, any rock stars in your community that want to sell more homes? Probably. I'm sure you mean realtors. I think that's what you're asking. Yeah, I have realtors that are, I actually used to be a realtor in Austin. So anyway, yeah, just make sure that you keep the prospect focused on their end goal and seeing the vision of what they're going to get after they work with you, because that's what's important. Your service course covers everything, all the little details and everything they say. Ask them why they're asking about that, and then pull it back to the main point that this is leave the weird stuff they're saying or the objections that they're having, the things that they're saying are wrong with your course or your service or you are doing them a disservice and leaving them to remain stuck. So know what you offer is amazing if it is, and that it really will solve their problem if it does, and stick with that, and just understand that anything that they're coming up with that seems like insulting, for example, is just coming from a place of fear of change. So anyway, thanks everybody, and I hope you have an amazing day.